and welcome back. So today's video is gonna be on my ears. I wanted to do this video because I get asked the most frequently about my ears, and today I wanted to share with you my cautionary tale, if you will, some of the mistakes I made while stretching my ears, the regrets I have along with it, and finally choosing to close my ears. It sounds so strange saying it, but let's just go ahead and get right into it. So it's gonna be like a little bit of a story time, if you will. So a little bit of background. I grew up in Cali most of my life. And out here, tattoos, piercings, gauges, they are of the norm. Hell, even my mom has piercings and a tattoo. She's one bad mama jamma, let me tell you. So for me, this wasn't anything crazy to want because, I mean, it was kind of all over the place. I've seen some amazing and beautiful women wearing gauges, and that's kind of what drew me in. I just thought it looked so gorgeous. I know it may sound a little bit strange. We all have different styles, we all have different tastes. What I may like, you may not like, and vice versa. So that's just how I have always felt about gauges, tattoos, piercings, anything of that style I've been very drawn to from a very young age. I think it's such a great creative outlet, such a great expression of your personal style. And I know not everybody agrees with me, but that's how I feel about it. I think it is a really cool expression of yourself. So how all of this began with me stretching my ears was pretty harmless. I started around 14, almost 15 years old. I know it sounds really young, but at the time I went to the mall with my friends and they had one of those piercing booths. They had all the body jewelry and they had a section for gauges. And I saw this gorgeous pair. I still remember it. It was green, it had little diamonds around the edge, so it was a really tiny gauge. It must have only been like 2 millimeters in size. It was so small. It just looked a lot larger because it was one of those that had the larger ends on it that was circular. I thought they were just so cute and they weren't too big. It was kind of like an innocent, oh, I just want to put that cute little thing and make it look like I had gauges. I wanted to give that kind of illusion because it's really not that large. If you think about it, if you look up size charts, I'll pop one up here. It's one of the almost smallest sizes. So that is how it began. And then it just kind of snowballed from there because I started to go bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. But here is where the cautionary tale lies. So I made a huge mistake when I was stretching. I was really impatient. I was young. I didn't know everything. I thought I knew everything, of course. But one of the biggest mistakes I made was not listening to my own body when I was stretching my lobes. I got so caught up in going to the next size that I made the 2 biggest mistakes you can make when stretching. So number 1, I stretched way too fast and did not wait in between. And number 2, I skipped sizes, which these 2 things are big no-nos. I didn't know at the time. I was just kind of like, wee, I'm going bigger, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, huge mistake. Because as a result, I got a blowout. Now, if you don't know what a blowout is, I'm gonna look for my phone. I have the note here so I don't get it wrong. So a blowout is when the fistula, hopefully I said that right, the tunnel of the inside of your skin in contact with the jewelry is forced out through the back of your piercing. It can look like a lump or a flap or like the inside of your piercing turning itself inside out. It's not an attractive look. Which honestly, it was really minor. It could have been so much worse than what it was. I had a lot of friends who were stretching at the same time, and one of my friends did have to get surgery to remove it because he stretched his ears so fast, he got the lump of about this size. It was about 1 inch, it was massive, it had tons of fluid inside of it, it looked very painful, so that is a huge mistake that you can make when stretching your ears, and then it can be kind of costly because you will need to go into the doctor, get it removed, which can be very pricey in itself. So when I got my blowout, I knew I messed up, and it could have all been avoided had I not done those 2 things. I could have taken my time, stretched properly, done everything the proper way, and I would not have gotten that. And a lot of people wouldn't be getting blowouts if they do it the proper way and just wait. So where mistake number 2 in stretching came in was when I got my blowout, I didn't do anything. and that has been the biggest regret out of everything that I've done. I still regret it to this day, the fact that I said nothing. I didn't tell my mom, I didn't go to the doctor, I didn't take out my gauges or go down a size to let the blowout heal. I continued to stretch. I was a very stubborn kid. I wanted what I wanted. I wanted to have large gauges, so I didn't listen to my body, and that has been the biggest regret out of stretching my ears, because I do still have a little bit of a flap. Here, I'll get closer so you can see. And even after the blowout, like I said, I kept stretching. I stretched all the way until I reached the size of 5/8, which is the largest size I have ever gone. So then that leads me to today. I have had my gauges for almost 10 years now. It's been a really long time. I'm about to turn 25 this year. And I think as I've gotten older, my style has definitely changed. I'm not the same person I was when I started this whole stretching journey at 14. And I've actually been thinking about closing my gauges for over a year now. Definitely over a year, because last summer I made an attempt at it. I went down a few sizes, but then I chickened out. I was like, what if I miss these? And then I ended up going up to the size of 9/16. I didn't go all the way back up to 5/8. I'm one size below right now. But now I feel like I'm ready. I want to close up my ears. I just want something a little bit more subtle. I don't want my ears to be the main focus anymore, and I just miss really wearing jewelry. I miss having tiny little studs or wearing hoops in my ears. I see all these cute earrings and I'm like, I can't wear any of those, and I've been missing it so much. I think I'm just ready to take the plunge and finally close my ears up. And I think where I messed up last time when I tried to close them was I just plopped out my little tunnels and left it hanging. And I hated the look of it. I thought it looked really gross because they're just like looked all wrinkly, and I just hated looking at them. Every time I looked at myself in the mirror, I was just like, oh, let me hide my ears. So what I'm gonna be doing now is reverse stretching, if you will. I bought this stretching like kit off of Amazon. It came with all the sizes you needed to actually stretch your ears, but I'm gonna go in reverse order. And they actually say that this will help your ears close up a little bit faster, because your ears are gonna naturally form to the smaller size, and then you keep going smaller and smaller and smaller. At least that's what they say. I'm gonna be testing that theory. My current size is at 14 millimeters. Which I'll show you the size right here. This is the one that I currently have in my ear. Well, not this particular one. So I'm now going to be switching to the size of 12 millimeters. Let me show you a little bit of a size comparison. The 14 is right here, the 12 is over here. So as you can see, it's a little bit smaller. So I'm going to be trying to naturally close my ears up, going down in sizes. That way I don't have that look that I don't like of my ears just looking all floppy. I can still keep the kind of look and then be closing them at the same time. So I'm going to be putting in this size, and I'm just going to continue doing that, changing the size and going down when I feel like it's ready to go down. This isn't something that's going to happen overnight. I know it's going to take months and months and months. You can't exactly rush this unless you go and sew your ears closed, which even then they do recommend that you let them close as much as you can naturally and then sew them closed if that's what you still want. But definitely go to your doctor, consult with them, see what's the best method for you if you're planning to close your gauges as well. I mean, who knows how this is actually gonna work? This is kind of like a trial run. I'm thinking I'm gonna do an update for you guys in a few months and let you know how it is going naturally closing up my gauges, if it actually works to have them go back down in size, and then if I'm eventually gonna think about getting them sewn closed just to speed up the process. I don't know, we'll take it later on in a few months. And I'm not gonna lie, I was really nervous about making this video for you guys. I'm not exactly proud of the way I stretched my ears. It's a very big mistake that I made in my life, in the process at least. But I felt like I wanted to share that part with you guys in case someone out there is watching this video and you're thinking about stretching your ears, you're in the process of stretching your ears. I just want to say to you guys, be patient, take your time, please listen to your body. If at any point you feel like something is off, go consult with your doctor. That's the #1 rule. Go to the doctor. Don't be like me. please be responsible about it. That's all I can hope from this cautionary tale for you guys. So I'm really quickly gonna swap these out. I'm also gonna clean them. And I know that some of you guys would probably ask this, but here's what my ears look like with nothing in them. And so I'm gonna go ahead and just plop in the smaller size. Oh man, I wish I would have gotten these in a lighter color. The black actually makes them look a lot larger than what they are. But oh well, I'm excited to start fresh. Fingers crossed, I will be able to have these closed by my 25th birthday. That's the goal. We'll see if it happens. I will definitely update you guys in a future video. But if you guys enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that little bell button. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!